Okay, so in this video I want to show you a couple of extra ways that I like to use this card scraper right before I start staining the piece. And this is to remove any scratches or blemishes that I would like to remove. So let me show you the first one, and that is I'm going to put just a 90-degree corner on this and then scrape this way. I'll show you here that in a second. Now I'm going to, and then I also just use this stone right here as a 1000 grit to put maybe just like a little burr or hook on the end of it if I don't have a 90. So this way I can take some of the material off. Now I'm not looking to remove a whole lot of material. I just want to make the finish as smooth as silk as I can get it. And this right here, pretty smooth. What I like to do though is I like to pull the scraper to me. This way, if you're pushing the scraper away from you, it's a lot harder to see the scratches and dents that you have inside of there, or on the wood itself. So if you pull it to you, you're going to get that shadow effect, and then you're going to be able to see those scratches a lot better. So a lot of times when I'm using this, it's just to fine-tune the piece to remove any of the blemishes or anything like that. So now just to put the 90-degree edge on it, I'm going to, and then I'm just going to run it back and forth, making sure that I apply even pressure. So this way I don't create a bow in it. And as you can see, I put some tape on this. This way I don't, this is kind of hard on your hands when you're trying to use it. And you got to push down. This sharp edge right here, after a while fatigues your hands. Now I don't sharpen all the corners or all the sides to the thing. I just usually pick one side, stick with it, and then maybe I'll go to the other side or whatever. I'm gonna go and do this for a little bit, and then I'm gonna, so this way I got a nice 90-degree corner on it. Then all I'm gonna do is take it and bring it towards me. Now depending on the angle I want to use, and then I'll switch it up like from one side to the other, going down it maybe, then just pull it to me, and then I can see all the scratches that I need to see. And I'm not really looking to try and get a whole lot of material off, just to fine-tune that to make it smooth. That's all I'm trying to do. And sometimes I just do it with one hand. Now the other way I like to do it is add a little burr to it. Not very much, it's not a very big hook, just basically a burr on it. So what I'm going to do is, I like to come and just kind of flatten it out a little bit. Make sure I got 90 degrees, and then just take it, and then just, if I have to, just one hand. Usually this doesn't slide. This creates just a little bitty burr on it. But I ain't pressing down too hard, so. All right, that's good right there. Okay, so just again, I like to usually just do this one hand. As you can see, I'm getting a little bit of dust there. This is not really shavings, but this is what I'm looking to get. And I usually just do this one hand. You can do it two hands, either way it goes. And this will make it really silky smooth. Now there it took up a little bit of a shaving, but that's good. And the reason I like to do that is after you hand plane your boards, whether you're using this plane, well, hand planes basically, if you're using a thickness planer, it doesn't leave it, but hand planes can leave like shiny spots on your top or whatever you're planing. So I like to use the card scraper to remove those as well, and by not being able to take off a whole lot of material. The thing about taking off a whole lot of materials is if you do heat up the wood while you're sanding it, planing it, it will just do like what water does. It's going to have some of the grains higher than the other. So you want to watch how much heat you actually are applying to this. This is why I like to do it one-handed. And I'm not going to do it very fast. I just pull it towards me at a little bit of a pace, so this way I don't build up any heat. This way it doesn't raise the grain like water will, and it will do that even with this right here. If you were to get it hot. Now it won't do it as bad as water will, but it still raises some. And these are just two quick and easy ways that you can use the card scraper than just trying to take off a whole lot of material. You could probably also use a file if you wanted to. It's just something you're going to have to experiment with and see what works for you. How one person uses a card scraper may not be how another person wants to use it. I personally don't. I personally just use this right as I'm going to go and start to finish the piece. I'm going to take the card scraper, do what I just showed you, either one, and then start going over the piece really good, like a fine-tooth comb, to make sure I don't have a whole lot of blemishes. Now, especially if you're going to have scratches and dents in it, you stain it, you're going to put it up. If you may not see that as much, but on bare wood, if you want that grain really to pop, then you're going to want to remove all of those scratches and dents. There's nothing wrong with using a hand plane to do that, but like I said, the hand plane will leave some shiny spots on it from where you're using it to plane the top, and this works great. So that ends this video. So until next time, I'm Edward Short, the Who's Your Craftsman.